Audio check. Alright. Thank you for joining my live stream. I appreciate it a lot. If you're watching the video up to the live stream ends, thank you. I appreciate that a lot too. I hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, or night, depending on when you're watching this. I hope you enjoy my content. Without any further ado, let's get into the gameplay. Decent amount of people showed some interest in a lodge tour and me playing the game, so thought I would go ahead and do a lodge tour real fast and get back out there and hunt for a little bit. But let's get in here and I'll show you guys what I have collected over the years. It has been a while, so I kind of have forgotten which maps these two have come from. They have came from different maps. Pretty sure one of which map was it? This one. I got both of these right around the time or after this map got added in. But I tried to go out and find some really nice red deer from all the maps that had them, and I kind of stopped at these two maps that I got these ones off of. I will admit it took me a lot longer than I would like to admit to get the male lion, but it is. Hang on, I'm not that good at that, doing commentary. Pretty sure this isn't diamond. Or it's close to it. I do have a couple diamond moose that I got while trying to do the Great One grind. I'll show you those ones in a second. A whole bunch of fallow deer that I've gotten through the fallow deer grind too, trying to get one of those great ones to spawn in. I do remember what map I got him on. It was on the Yukon map. He was sitting at one of the ponds at the top left of the map, or one of the bigger ponds. I believe I got this on Contra Colinas. These are also from Contra Colinas. I have a reservoir. I have this female that I wanted to try to incorporate into this multi-mount, but I couldn't figure out how to dismantle it. What's up, base? Show you the red deer. This one right here is pretty interesting in my opinion because you got the one side that looks like twigs basically, and then you got the other side that has a giant knot right here. I got him on I want to say Yukon Valley. I think the the diamond rating for the Ibex might be 200, or he actually might be, or it might be lower than that. I'm not really sure. It's been a while since I've been on Cacho Cleanas. Thank you. Let's go back here where the more interesting stuff is. This moose is one of the mission objectives that you have to go. I want to say it's the Catricolinas map final mission, or right around the final mission for that map. But I had this dude for a while before I ended up getting that tiger. I had a plan to where I wanted to try to do like a cool fur type multi mount, and it just didn't happen for a while. It just kept on giving me rare fur type females, which I'm not really against. They look cool. It's just this looks better. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot where I got this dude from. Which side is it on? Booth, they're on this side? No, they're on the other side behind me. I have a really nice diamond moose on the other side I'll show you in a second. But all of these whitetails are results from me trying to get the great one to spawn in, and as you see, I've not had the best luck when it comes to spawning that in. But anything else, it's apparently not an issue. It's just those great ones that are giving me the most trouble out of all of them. So this one's actually a diamond, and wait, oh. This one's a diamond. This one isn't a diamond. I was really pissed off when this one didn't turn out to be a diamond. Because I actually whiffed the shot before I got it. I had to close the application just to get him to come back, and it still didn't turn out to be a diamond. It's really nice moose, though. If you ask me, its Rex kind of on the level of the Moose Great one. And this little dude back here was, or little dudette, was my first albino. Before they switched the way they look and everything. Sorry to keep muting, my background's a little noisy. It's a little better. They definitely went above and beyond when they designed a lot of these racks, though. A lot of these are before they switched it to the I'm not even sure what it's called, but kind of generates them on its own. Yeah, I have an olive alligator around here somewhere. While we're in here, I do want to try to do one thing real fast. Yeah, they look like they're about the same size. That looks a lot better. That does not look piebald. If you play this game, you'll know just how hard it is to get these. It'll give you a little uh, like a little estimate of how many tigers and snow leopards are on the map at any given time. I want to say between 7 or 10, somewhere in between there. That's how many tigers there are on the map at any given time. And then for the snow leopards, it's about 4 to 6. So these little dudes are very hard to get. And if you say you get a piebald female deer, and you want to switch that to, like, say, a moose. After you harvest that female piebald, just switch to only hunting moose on that map. And if you also only harvest like certain levels, I want to say over level 3 for the moose, you get a lot more higher level spawns. So if you do it right, you can get some pretty cool looking stuff to spawn in. It just takes a lot of time. This one's probably gonna be every time. It's louder when you load into it. Well, that sounds just all of the mounts just despawning. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what animals those are. I just gotta Google what those are real fast just so I can know what I'm targeting. Oh yeah, we can go after this. They look cool. Just not sure if I'm gonna have any really nice looking ones because I haven't really hunted those too much. I am on the right map, right? Yeah, yeah. Where do they hang out at? Yeah, I don't think I have any of their zones. I'm guessing they're gonna be up in this area up here, so let's fast travel up here. Alright, I just wanted to Google it real fast to see what their zones are, and I was right. They're up in this hill and on this hill down here. But I am gonna have to keep myself muted for a minute because somebody's on the phone in my background and they're being a little loud. I'm actually gonna head down to the pond real fast to see if any of their tracks are around here so I can kind of get an idea of when they drink or eat. If you're wondering how I have, I don't know, what happened to my If you're wondering how I have all of it, I also have some more calls you can't see in my backpack too, but I have the large bag on. It's basically just so I don't have to go to a lodge every time I decide I want to hunt something different. It might actually be a good idea to see if there's anything around the pond real fast. Alright, just gotta stop and look at the live stream real fast to see how the game's handling, and it seems to be running decently okay. I do have to try to figure out how to make it a little less blurry. Yeah, that also might just be because of all the foliage though. Nah, forget that there's auto rot. I love that. It's the hunting arcade game. No, not an arcade game, like in a traditional sense, but it's not a regular hunting game. It is a arcade game in the sense of how everything spawns and how you play it. There are some people out there that get mad if you call this game a realistic hunting game. Which, I mean, it does have its moments though. I'm not gonna lie, that sounded like the animal just ripped ass. The fuck kind of call is that? Guessing they don't have a call that I can use that would work on them. If they do have a call, I don't have it. Where is she hiding? I'm not gonna lie, that is a really fun call that they make though. trying to sit here and be mature, but this fucking goat's making it really fucking hard to. This mating call just made me think of a meme. I'm not gonna say what it made me think of because it's not the most friendly meme. But if you've seen the spin-off of the Hawk 2 meme, you might know what I'm talking about. All I'll say is toothless. No, don't want to go down. I can't do that because the wind's bad. I was gonna go over to that ridge right there to try to get it top down on them, but if I do that, they're gonna be right in my wind. Is that normal colors for them? Fucking trees. I shouldn't have tried shooting at him there anyways, but that was gonna be just about the best angle that I was gonna be able to get. Oh, they gone. They quick little bastards. I'll keep going this way. Haha, I found where they went. Maybe they'll just be chilling over here on the other side of the ridge. This is the one we want to be tracking. Oh, come on, there ain't nothing here to catch me on. Are they going straight up or are they going at an angle? Nah, they going straight up. I'm just realizing that these are probably different ones than what I shot at. feel like he should have got hit on that one shot through the tree. Ah, so close to getting a heart shot. That's why he ran off. I only got one lung. Let me keep going this way to not put too much hunting pressure right here. That is a lot of hunting pressure for just one. There might be more than one dead over here. It should not be that dark. Huh. Yeah, since I don't know where the other one's tracks are, I'm not even gonna try to find it because of all of this bushes and stuff. It's just gonna respawn as another level 3 anyways if I don't pick it up. Alright, here's to hoping the game doesn't mess up and just launch me off the side of this mountain. Because it has happened a couple times. I mean, it mainly only happens when the map's new, but still it could happen. What's most likely to happen instead of me getting launched off of this thing, I'm just gonna hit a spot of this cliff right here where I can't walk on. I'm just gonna slide all the way down to my death. I can feel the game's trying to kick me off the mountain. It's not that much. It looks cool anyways. I think that one might be a little broken. Alright, well, if I would have known that there was only one male in this herd, I probably wouldn't have shot him. I should still be. Oh no, I'm outside of their zone. However, it might be their drinking time. It's most likely getting closer to their rest time though. We'll head down this way towards the water just to see if I come across any of their rest zones or need zones. Which I'm pretty sure those two are the same zones. Not really sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure where a lot of good spots are, but if I have any of the zones on it, I'll show you where all my zones are. I mainly hunt my moose on New England. I will say though, if you have the ability to go on to multiplayer, I would go on to other people's latent lakes and other maps just to kind of get an idea of where all the spawns are. It does suck because if you get the zone on somebody else's map, it doesn't transfer to your map. So just if you do that, keep in mind you have to remember where all the zones are because you most likely have to go back through and rediscover them. Not sure I have any moose zones that are gonna be visible. But they do kind of hang out in the same areas as the whitetail do. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm gonna have to unfollow that person because I don't even watch out that much of their content, and I'm just getting spammed with top fan badges. Um, I haven't really discovered any moose drink zones or anything on this map, I guess. But like this canal going down, and these ones, I haven't really traveled on these ones all that much, but they do hang out in the same areas as the whitetail do. So if you have any whitetail zones, just look around in those general areas. I would Google what the drink time is for Leighton Lake, just so you can set that time, and it would probably be a lot better for when you go down here to try to find them. But if you have the New England map, I can show you where all of my zones are on there, assuming they haven't disappeared. I did go through like a month ago and discover all my whitetail ones, so hopefully the moose should be there too. Both of those moose, the diamond and the troll diamond that were in the back room of my lodge, they both came from this map. But it's basically the same for as is on the other map. Just if you do eventually get this map, just follow the river and basically whitetail and moose drink on this river. It's actually these are all mostly oh, no, we already got some moose. I think they drink at the same time across all the maps. I'm not entirely sure on that though. I want to say that troll moose came from right here. Because I was on this bridge and there should be a little clearing right here. Do you have the Yukon Valley? I might have some spawns on here. I'll show you which pond I actually got. Yeah, actually, it's right here. Let me get down the coast, or down this hill a little bit. When I seen that piebald moose, I was actually doing the same thing that I'm doing right now. I was just running down the hill, and he didn't make no sounds or anything until I got down by the water. But he was hanging out right over here on this little peninsula before you get to the backside of the pond. There. This little peninsula right here. And I have plenty of moose zones on here. This actually might be where I got that melanistic bison from too. I say they do go all around the map. It's just that I primarily hunt them up on the top left, just because of how easy it is to be on top of this mountain and just look across the lake right here. If you have spare tents, just so you don't have to run from this lodge all the way down here, I would put a tent about halfway down. Do keep in mind if you have any zones on, like right here, say if it was around this eating time and there was a moose there, this tent being here would affect them staying there. As soon as I spawned in, like, it kind of shows it in that little short that I took of the tiger. It heard me spawn in the tent and it was coming over to the tent. So if it was a moose, they're probably gonna dip away from where you just spawned in at. I have heard that it can erase some zones if it's too close, so do try to be careful on that too. If you want grizzly bears, I'm not sure if I have any of their zones, but I want to say about midnight. You can find them down here on these rivers down here. If you want a really cool which fur type animal, just give me a second. If you don't have this map, if you want a really cool albino grizzly bear, it's a part of the mission, but it looks pretty cool. There's a mountain that looks like a skull that you have to go inside to kill it. I want to say it's the last mission. I used to have it, but I accidentally discovered a glitch to where on Costa Colinas with the those two wolves that you have to hunt down. I kind of discovered by accident that if you taxidermy it, then go into your lodge to place it before the person's done talking, it restarts the mission over again, and you have to rehunt the animal. and I kind of did that twice, so I had a multi-mount of the same fur type. And let's just say the game devs did not like that. So the albino bear was kind of casual fire because my whole logic got reset. A lot of my rare fur types have came from my own servers just from herd management. But if you join the right servers, if the people know what they're doing on there, they can have some pretty cool stuff on there too. I want to say maybe like 80% of my rare fur types have came from my maps and 20% have came from others. I mean, if you don't mind server hopping, if you know like you're hunting for a specific, back in English, for a certain kind of animal, you can just hop into different servers and just run and check those zones if they're in the right time, or if they're not in the right time, just hop to a different server. I did that a little bit here and there when I was trying to get a rare fur type male lion, just because my server only wanted to spawn in female lion tigers. If there's any ducks right here in the river, they'll fly away as soon as I spawn in. I guess I kind of got really lucky with, for example, but I got really lucky with the devs making the tigers really aggressive. Because as you just seen with the bear, if they're not really aggressive, they're just gonna run away. Actually, hold on, I'm gonna go get that zone real fast. Or do I already have it? I do not. I don't even think she was at a zone. I think I just spawned in at the right time as I was walking by. Also, I've discovered with the ducks, you will see a lot of rare fur types with the ducks, but for some reason you cannot transfer the fur type to a different animal. I've tried it a lot. Just if you do get a whitetail that has a rare fur type and you want to transfer it to a moose, just after you kill that whitetail, only go after like level 3 moose and above. Oh, there he is. I think I might be out of range for this call for him. Uh, really any rare fur type ducks. I haven't had any success trying to transfer the piebald or the melanistic to a different animal. I've had more luck with transferring it from like a whitetail. Let me let my heart rate get down a second. I've kind of noticed the mallards and the other ducks. You'll see piebalds a lot more often than you will other animals. I don't know why, and especially in my case, I barely hunt the ducks on this game, but I've still come across like 4 or 5 piebalds. I will say the spawn rate for the ducks is definitely different from the other animals. They should be right here, where I shot them. The bloodhound does help a decent amount. It's just you have to keep interacting with them for them to be on basically their best behavior and not want to wander away or stop tracking. So it can be a bit tedious sometimes. I mainly only use them whenever the animal backs over on itself like 20 times and it's just like a giant circle of tracks going this way, that way, that way. It gets to a point where I'm like, I'm just going to get the dog and see if he can figure out which way it actually went. You're talking about this trophy lodge? Or not trophy lodge, this cabin? Um, I think I was up this way towards the top left of the map for a mission or something. But if you struggle to get a lot of the cabins so you can spawn around the map, what I mainly do sometimes is if I get a new map, I'll try to find somebody that has a multiplayer map that has a good chunk of tents spread around the map, and I'll spawn on a tent or two and get the house that way. Or I kind of just turn my brain off, get on a four wheeler, and stick to the path and just ride over there. It can definitely be frustrating trying to get enough spawns to where you're not feeling like you're hunting the same place over and over again. Especially if the map's been out for a while before I buy it. The chances of there being people that have a whole bunch of tents spread around just in certain zones because they're hunting certain animals is going to be a lot higher. So it tends to be easier to get the cabins unlocked that way. But there are times when I buy the map when it first comes out and I just gotta take the time and ride around on a four wheeler for like an hour and a half to get a decent amount of cabins unlocked. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think this outpost might have to do with a power mission or some kind of mission. I know if I shoot him, he's probably just gonna come back as another low level. But there is a small chance that he does come back as a higher level though. Question is, do I really want to have to go all the way down that way to get to that side, to go all the way down that creek to come all the way back up here just to get him though? He's lucky he gets to live. It's a lot of walking just to go get him. If you get I don't remember the name off the top of my head. If you do get this map though, the albino bear does have a pretty cool backstory though. I won't ruin it just in case you do plan on getting it. If you haven't already, I would suggest to finish the story mission for that, just to get the albino grizzly bear. I did not realize they were that close. Now that I think of it, since they have been changing some stuff in the game, I don't know if they would change uh, one of the missions in the map, but I wouldn't put them past the devs to take out a free albino. All I'm saying is it's been a really long time since I did that mission, so it is very possible that they decided to take it out. I need to do some herd management on this map. But going back to the mallards, I think the reason why you can't transfer their fur types to a different animal is just because for the piebald it really only affects like the top of their head and maybe like a little bit on their body. That might be a little close. I have mine right here, just basically off the trail. I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a farther a walk, but if you're hunting wolves or anything, they tend to hang out on this edge of this coast right here. And I've also seen them like more in like this area back here too. I'm pretty sure on the Mississippi map, they actually have boats that are on the shore that you can use to get to the other side of the river. I really feel like they need to add those to the other maps. I actually think this is where you start out on this map. What time is it? Go for another couple minutes to try to get another moose. And when I live stream this game again, I'll switch over to New England and we'll do a little bit of grinding on the whitetails and the moose to see if I can get a great one to spawn in. Although I'm pretty sure I do have to go through and get all of my drinking zones for the moose though. So we might end up just doing the whitetails. As of right now, I only have the drinking zones on the rivers for the moose. I haven't really gone through and got all the ones on all the little lakes and everything like I did for the whitetails. That was worth a try. I tried to get another moose before I had to end the live stream, but I do unfortunately have to end it here. I will say, I will try to live stream this game again tomorrow, and we'll go to New England and see if I have any luck on trying to get the great one to spawn in. But if you made it this far into the live stream, thank you, I appreciate it a lot. Or if you made it this far into the video after the live stream ends, thank you, I appreciate that a lot too. I hope you have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, or night, depending when you're watching this. If you enjoyed my content, please consider leaving a like, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and hopefully I'll see you in the next live stream. Until next time.